Greetings, Redheads. Thank you for joining me in another episode of your favorite show, the one, the only Reds View. Of course, I am your gracious host, the most honorable J Red, DJ J Red from Reds View. I'm here live with you tonight. Everybody, buckle up your seatbelts because we have a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. But before I begin this video, make sure that you do me a favor. If you have not already, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/ResView. You can see it scrolling across your screen right there. Also, make sure that you hit that like button. Hit the like button or the dislike button. It's all good as long as we get some traction. You want these videos to be shared and want to help the algorithm out, hit that like button for your boy. Also, if you're watching this on Facebook, hit the share button, hit that share button for me. Also, feel free for the chat to chime in the chat because this is an interactive discussion. Even though I'm doing most of the talking, it's an interactive discussion, and I will post your comments so people can see. So make sure that you join into the live chat. And if you're watching this on the replay for the future, just don't look at the regular comment section. Switch over and look at the live chat. You can switch over the feature on YouTube, or you can switch over and look at the live chat to see the interaction. Because other than that, you ain't gonna be able to see everything unless I share it. I might miss some stuff. So make sure you do that. Again, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right. So, man, before I get into some of the heaviest topics of today, because let me tell you something, just get some popcorn, grab your soda, grab your wine, some whatever, like, because we're gonna be talking about some stuff. We're gonna get deep today, all right? Because I got some stuff to let off my chest, and I understand there's other people who probably feel the same way that I do as well. So make sure that you tune in for tonight because it might be a little lengthy. I don't know. So yeah, first off, man, RIP, rest in power to John Amos. Rest in power to the legendary, iconic actor John Amos. You already know Coming to America. He happened to be in the last Coming to America too. Man, Roots, man, like just Good Times, of course. That's what I don't even know if he's most famous for that. Like he's been in so much iconic stuff, so many roles. But my favorite movie that he's in is, of course, Coming to America. And Good Times, legendary. But man, I just found out that he passed away today, just like the whole world did. And I think I read that he actually passed away in August 21st. So for the fact that the family didn't let anybody know for the past month, um, over a month actually, like that just speaks volumes of how you can keep stuff in house. That's wild. But they said he was 84 years old, died from natural causes. So rest in power to the iconic John Amos. Now, this is the thing, man. We've been losing legends left and right. Like this past few weeks, we've been losing legends left and right. And just within the past couple of days, like back to back, bro. So John Amos, yesterday, it was Dikembe Mutombo. Shout out to Mutombo, man. Rest in power to Mutombo, man. Legendary basketball player. RIP to him. I saw that yesterday, and we lost that sports legend, and we also lost another sports legend, Pete Rose. That's right, Pete Rose. RP to Pete Rose. Grew up. Now, I didn't grow up watching him, of course, because I'm younger than when he was actually playing baseball. But I remember seeing Pete Rose on WWE. WWF is what they called it back in the day. And he used to always get Tombstone. He always used to come out and get Tombstone Power Drive by Kane. So Pete Rose used to dress up in the costume and come out. That's how I was introduced to him. But I knew he was a legendary baseball player. So rest in power to Pete Rose. Another legend that we lost, Chris Christopherson. Chris Christopherson. Now he's played in a bunch of movies, but the one that he's notable for me was Blade. He played Whistler and Blade. So he passed away. I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, but RIP to Chris Christopherson. And also RIP to John Ashton. RIP, rest in power, rest in peace. John Ashton. That man, I think he was in his 80s. No, I think in the 70s, I want to say. He gave us one last Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop 4 came out this past July, I believe. June or July. I think it was July. And dope movie. He gave us one more. They brought him back because he wasn't in Beverly Hills Cop 3, but he came back Beverly Hills Cop 4. So, man, I was glad to be able to have seen his movies. And I was just really glad, especially the nostalgia at the end with him and Axel and the other guy came together in the car, starting off where, where it came from and stuff like that, man. So it was, that was a monumental scene, and rest in power to him. So, man, yeah, we lost a bunch of legends. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them right there. And I feel like I'm missing somebody else that passed away recently. If I'm missing anybody else, let me know in the comment section who it is. All right. Now that we have that out the way, rest in peace to all those legends. Let's talk about the issue at hand. Let's talk about Chris Brown. Is Chris Brown next behind Diddy? Is Chris Brown next behind Diddy? What do you mean by that, J Red? Well, let me go ahead and show you what has transpired in case you've been living under a rock. Living under a rock, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Chris Brown is in the hot seat once again, and this time it's for the same stuff that he's been in trouble for. But this made headlines yesterday. Chris Brown domestic violence documentary announced by Quiet on the Set Network ID as new accuser comes forward. All right. Now, this is going to come out on October 27th and will launch ID's third annual No Excuse for Abuse campaign. It'll explore legal issues faced by Brown, the pop star behind the songs Blase Skip, about his domestic and assault charges and sexual assault allegations. Of course, they predate back to 2009 with the whole Rihanna thing. So it's going over his legal issues and stuff like that. And according to the log line, Chris Brown, A History of Violence will chart Chris Brown's past all the way back to his troubled childhood, explores the lasting impact of the cycle of abuse, and poses the question, how does a man with such a violent public record maintain his superstar status? Man, so basically, this is going to be, it says immediately following the documentary, which airs October 27th, The View co-host Sonny Hostin will lead a conversation about intimate partner violence. Boy, oh boy. So yeah, man, I would play the trailer, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. Not sure if I would get that, but they made the trailer look very menacing and all that stuff, right? So this poses my question, man. Why now? That's what everybody wanted to know. Why now? Or why are they doing this? Why? Chris Brown isn't bothering anybody. The Rihanna stuff happened years ago. There's a new accuser. Of course, Chris Brown was, it was he was accused of an alleged R word. I'm not going to say the R word right now, but yeah. So Chris Brown has been having trouble, especially with Rihanna, the Karuchi situation. I believe he had like a restraining order, or she had a restraining order on him. But back to the thing, it's why now? If you ask me, there's a smear campaign going on with Diddy, and I think that it's a initiative to take down prominent black men. They're trying to take down the prominent entertainers in particular for a reason. All right. I think what's coming with this Chris Brown documentary is a case. I think that they're going to be coming up with a case to press charges against Chris Brown. Lord knows if it's going to be a RICO situation, but I believe that a new victim is coming forward and they're putting out this documentary in order to build a case up against Chris Brown. Because I feel like what's going to happen is once they put this out, they're going to get the public opinion. Everybody's going to be talking about it. And then next thing we know, lawsuits are going to start happening. And then when the lawsuits start happening, what's going to happen after that? Criminal charges. We've seen this happen before. All right. We've seen this happen before on numerous occasions. We've seen it happen with R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, bunch of different people, right? So this is nothing new under the sun when they want to do an agenda, right? Hold on a second. When they have an agenda going, ladies and gentlemen, we see this happen all the time. So it's no surprise to me what's actually going on right now. Y'all forgive me real quick. I'm just trying to put my laptop on the charger. All right, we juiced up now. So yeah, I think that this is happening to build a case which will lead to charges against Chris Brown. That's what it's about. One prominent black man to the next. And I've seen people talk about it because there have been a lot of mixed reactions. See, when Diddy got in trouble, or he's been getting in trouble, a lot of the comments have been, yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it. Da 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 da. With this Chris Brown thing, people are singing a different tune. A lot of people are saying, why Chris Brown? Why are y'all doing this? Can't you just let it go? No, they can't when they have an agenda to push. See, this is all a part of their plan, man. Like if this is a victim that was really abused and everything like that, it's like a lot of people are saying, why are you not going to the authorities, but you're going to a show? Why do y'all want to put out a documentary instead of going to the authorities to lock this man up if that's the issue? Why are y'all doing that? Because if you're really you're caring, excuse me, you're really caring about these victims, all this abuse and all this other stuff, right? Why aren't you going to the authorities to report it? If he's that menacing, if he's that much of a criminal, why are you doing that? And it's like y'all putting out a documentary. Now, I said again, I think that this is going to lead to that, but they have to embarrass Chris Brown. They got to put that out because y'all remember what happened with R. Kelly. R. Kelly got acquitted for the sex with the underage girls back in like the early 2000s, and then boom, fast forward a little later, what ended up happening? They put out a documentary, and then everything went downhill from there for R. Kelly, and it led to his prison time, his arrest, led to him going to prison. So I think that this is where they're leaning with Chris Brown. And I saw, Charlemagne and different people on the Breakfast Club, and they were just like, why now? Like, why didn't everything pretty much what I said? And y'all remember, and I've been saying this, the issue is the Diddy situation. See, all the folks who are on the bandwagon talking about Diddy, making fun of Diddy, all this stuff, and I'm not trying to vouch for Diddy, but this is what it leads to. Other prominent black men that you feel may be innocent, because people felt like Diddy was guilty, but now they feel like Breezy is innocent. You sing in a different tune. The Breakfast Club, they've been going in on Diddy, all the Diddy jokes, the baby oil, and all this other stuff. When Dr. Umar and Tariq Nasheed and different people like David Banner have something to say about it, questioning the charges and the situation that's at hand, the indictments, the actual indictments, not the video of him beating up Cassie, not any of the stuff about his sexuality, the baby oil, and all that. We're talking about the indictment. We're talking about the charges. When you don't question stuff like this, then it leads to other people getting in trouble that you may feel is innocent. Because I'm seeing a lot of Breezy fans right now, like in shambles, like, what is going on? Why is this happening? And we, especially in the black community, we jump on the bandwagon when white folks say, get them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous. And I think that this is just another takedown. I think that this will lead just to another takedown, and we've been enabling it. That's us. That's a us thing. So I hope people go to bat for Chris Brown and we stick to our guns and not let this go. Now I'm gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is just figuratively speaking. If he didn't do anything, he would have to go to trial and all this stuff. But I feel like they put this documentary together to gear up for that. Don't be surprised, but it stems from the Diddy stuff, man. It stems from before that, but in particular, they pay attention to how we treat each other, making jokes and all this other stuff. Now, of course, Chris Brown, this has been trouble, has had him in trouble for years. I'm sure he regrets every day that he put his hands on Rihanna, but you make your bed, you sleep in it. It's going to follow your career forever, right? But with that being said, you have to be able to see what's at hand when obviously there's something that they're trying to do. And like I said, with me, if you ask me, I think that this is going to lead to just a shakedown smear. This is a smear campaign, and they're going to come up with some charges. That's what I feel. I hope it doesn't do that, but why else would they do it? Why else would they do it? Just to say, oh, these are victims and they're trying to really get them help. They have to make that black man be the face of that. They have to do that. Not our counterparts, but they have to do it with Chris Brown. And this, if you see the trailer, the alleged victim that's there, they got her blocked off where you can kind of physically see her, but she's in the dark, and has her voice changed and said, he just needs to be stopped. Once I heard that, I said, uh-oh, they after Breezy now, man. But all you folks who was all on Diddy talking about he's guilty and stuff, look what's happening now. The Breakfast Club was talking about that. I'm just saying, man, you start with the Diddy thing and you don't question things like that and just go with what's presented to you, you enable it. Now, this man has not been shown or proven guilty in the court of law, anything. The trial hadn't even started yet, but people are already condemning Diddy, and the same thing will eventually happen to Chris Brown. But my only hope is that we come together, and if it is BS, which I feel like it is, we don't let it go down like that. We don't let it go down. So that's why I'm questioning, is Chris Brown going to be in the Diddy situation? That's what I think is going to happen. Y'all can let me know in the comments what you think about that. But man, like, I really wish that they would leave Breezy alone. But it's election season. We got to really look at all this stuff, man. Like, if he gets prosecuted and stuff, that's going to make somebody money. I bet you that. But it airs October 27th, so I'm going to be looking, got my popcorn ready just to see the BS. I'm not going to hold you. I think that's what it is. And, you got people mixed up saying that, okay, finally, this abuser needs to go to jail and all this other stuff. He had it coming and all this other stuff like that. But if you're in like the people with me who are looking at this for bigger than what it is and see this as another Black Man takedown, we right here. That's what I feel. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think about that. But I think that Chris Brown, they're trying to trail him into being the next Diddy. All right. You finna start hearing all kind of stuff, sexual abuse, Lord knows what's going to happen. But anyway, now let me move on to this. All right. I'm convinced, and I'm going to say it right here on the show, I'm convinced that Diddy is being railroaded. Diddy is being railroaded. I'm convinced. If it was any other time that I'm convinced about something in this particular situation, I'm convinced today. Now, why am I saying that? Well, because of what I'm about to show you. So Diddy has some new charges that are coming against him. That's right. Diddy has some new charges that looks like they're coming against him. I woke up and saw this and was just in disbelief because it's ridiculous, of course, but hold on, give me a second. Let me pull this up. Y'all bear with me for a second. Let me make sure I get this going. My Instagram is tripping right now. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Trying to share my screen with y'all. Okay. Wi-Fi was just moving a little bit slow. All right. So boom. Okay. All right. Let me share this with y'all. So fair use. This is Fox 5. Let's listen to what they got to say about this Diddy situation.
About victims who are expected to come forward, and with that, more lawsuits as well. Fox 5's Lisa Evers joins us now in studio with what we know so far. We learned something new every day, it seems.
Oh, yes, a lot more coming out on the Steve and Natasha. We've learned from our sister station, Fox 26 in Houston, that dozens, perhaps as many as 100 new civil lawsuits are in the works against Sean Diddy Combs from coast to coast. And there's no telling how many may result in additional criminal charges as new victims speak out and more details emerge. Accused sex trafficker Sean Diddy Combs remains behind bars at MDC as his federal RICO case moves forward.
All right, so yeah, this Houston lawyer is saying that it's 100 new civil suits they're being filed against Diddy, criminal charges, and this is what got me: plans to launch a phone hotline for new Diddy accusers. Plans to launch a phone hotline for new Diddy accusers. So it's 100 people. I'm sorry, not 100. It's 100 new civil suits that are being charged, that are being filed against them, right? And this is Tony Busby, and this is the same person that had the lawsuit against Deshaun Watson. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that whole thing? So yeah, let's keep listening.
So far, he's facing nearly a dozen civil lawsuits, but that number is growing rapidly. I spoke with Miami attorney Ariel Mitchell, who's preparing a lawsuit for a woman who claims she was sexually assaulted by Combs and another man at what she thought was a house party in the San Francisco Bay Area.
She was given a drink.
All right, so Man. So a hotline. A hotline. Really? We need a hotline for Diddy? Y'all coming up with a hotline for this man. Like, if this doesn't feel forced, if this doesn't feel orchestrated, if you don't have any type of suspicion as to what's going on, I don't know what to say. This right here sealed the deal for me. You mean to tell me that out of all the people like Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the different abusers and criminals that we have out here, y'all decide for this? Is that serious for you, for Diddy to have a hotline so people can call in and say, hey, Diddy did this to me? You know, all the victims, and they said like the people who are with Bad Boy or any of his affiliates. So you mean to tell me they can call a hotline and say what happened to him? Is that serious? Diddy is that much of a criminal? I'm not buying it. And I'm saying this here on the show. I don't buy this Diddy stuff. I don't buy this Diddy stuff. It already was sketchy with the charges and that indictment that's going in on him. But with this situation, they're making it look like he's just like, after some certain point, we got to be like, all right, now, damn it. Come on, man. Diddy is really out here for all these years doing all this stuff, so much to where he has to have a hotline. A hotline. 1-900-DIDDY for abuse. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it, man. I think that this right now, he's being railroaded for an agenda. And I don't even know if it's for an agenda, but allegedly with the parent company of the Diego tequila that he had, this is revenge from them. Because what's happening now, see, we thought that he was just going to fight the RICO charges. But even if he beats the RICO case, he has a bunch of pending cases against him to where he's going to have to fight all this off. That's how you get your resources drained. That's how it starts. See, you dogpile. This is what you call railroading. Even if you got one case going on, there are multiple cases that you just saw 100 new lawsuits going on. That's going to drain your resources all at one time to where you can't do nothing but submit. You can't do nothing but submit. And I just don't believe all this. Now, let me show you some more stuff that has happened besides the hotline. This was very disturbing. And I couldn't believe this one. Hold on a second. Bear with me. Here we go. All right, check this out. It says Diddy hit with 120 additional sex assault allegations. Some victims claim they were minors at the time of their incidents. Listen to this.
An industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. And you should know, to the extent the clients feel comfortable, we also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. Now, before we discuss the nature of the claims and claimants themselves, let me comment on the large volume of calls.
All right, so they're saying that they were minors. I even saw something where somebody was up to like 9 years old. Here it goes right here. It says Busby says about 25 of the accusers were minors at the time for the alleged assault, with one allegedly being a 9-year-old boy. Busby claims Diddy lured the 9-year-old to an audition for Bad Boy with the promise of a record deal, and then allegedly sexually abused him at the studio. Another victim was 15 and was allegedly R-worded by Diddy and others at an NYC party. So let's look at some of these comments. 120 is ridiculous, and I don't believe it. Show me some evidence, because all of a sudden What are minors doing at a Diddy party? Someone arrested their parents also. You cannot convince me otherwise that he did not piss someone off that's higher up. OMG, who did he upset? The Rothschilds family. I'm sorry, but you're telling me all of these horrific claims from people all over the world, and no one had the balls to come forward until now. See, look, this is the energy that we got right now. This is the energy because this is ridiculous. So they're painting him out to be a pedophile now. And then this is also what's cap, I feel like. They're saying a 9-year-old boy who was auditioning for Bad Boy. When has Diddy ever had any young boy acts besides B5? B5 was a group. They were a group of brothers. But when has he ever had a child star? When has Diddy ever had a child star? They talking about he was auditioning and Diddy abused him, sexually assaulted him. I call cap, man. I call cap. People can agree with me or people can disagree with me, but what I'm not going to do is join in on this buffoonery. Like, all of a sudden now, and if it was 3,002, they said it was 3,285 individuals that came forward to talk about something, so they could make 100 claims, 100 lawsuits. This just don't make sense. The math ain't mathing. I'm not buying it. I don't buy it. Diddy has never rubbed me off as a pedophile. I don't know him personally, but that man has children. And I know you can still be a pedophile if you have kids, but he's never rubbed me off as that. And yes, if you're talking about him sleeping with women in sex parties, having sex with men and sex parties, all that, I get it. All right. He can be freaky, the baby oil, the beating up of Cassie. I get all that stuff, right? But now you're throwing all of these allegations out here, now going into the pedophilia thing. I'm just not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. I think that they're slandering his name. I think that they're railroading him in order for him to be drained of his resources so he can't defend himself anymore. They know throwing the minors in there, see, because that's what people were critical about. They were saying that, you know, in this indictment that he was coercing grown adults into engaging in sexual activity, which led to sexual assault allegedly and all this other stuff. But now you're telling me that minors are involved. Like, I just, man, nah, I don't see Diddy as no pedophile. I don't. I think that this is BS. I don't support it. And, you know, you feel free to express yourself because people may disagree with me, but I'm going to be one of the ones to stand on business and say, I don't believe this. I don't. I just don't. And nobody can convince me otherwise. All of these individuals and nobody said nothing. Nobody, from children to nobody said nothing. Because what? Diddy was that powerful? Is that what it is? Now, I know men can have power. People can have power when it comes to money and stuff like that. But I don't believe that Diddy had all this money and just didn't have the common sense to not do something like that. Now, this is me, my opinion based off of what I believe. I do believe he has some tapes on people. I do believe he was violent, of course, with Cassie and other people. You know, not just Cassie, but you've heard about the stuff with Drake. You heard about the stuff with J. Cole. People feel like the whole he killed Tupac and had Biggie killed and all this, whatever. But this particular situation with the minors and the kids and stuff, like I just I don't believe that. So y'all can let me know in the comments what y'all feel. If you feel like Diddy is being railroaded, I call it, and I call these allegations cap. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel about that. So anyway, let me move on to something else. Now, Whack 100. Boy, Whack 100. I saw something with him floating around earlier. And this was pretty interesting. He made a claim that the feds are coming after Yo Gotti. He made a claim that the feds are coming after Yo Gotti. Now, why would he say that? I'm going to let Whack take it away and let you know what he said. Here's what he said, which was very, very interesting. Listen up. Fair use, by the way.
That nigga Yo Gotti, say your prayers, nigga. You better say your prayers.
You know they coming, don't you? You know they finna show up.
Bro, hey, bro, that nigga got up there and said, they said, didn't CMG pay for your attorney $50,000? Yeah, but they didn't give it to me. He said, yeah, but they paid for it because you killed off, right? Yeah, well, that was your compensation, right? See, a nigga said, Well, yeah, they gave the attorney 50,000. Yeah, because I killed Dolph. Nigga, you dead. He was an exec of that company. That's your brother. That's finna get. That's next. Watch. Remember I told you.
But wouldn't it be smart to blame it on the dead man, though?
No,
Nah,
he
but
was part of the company. They
Yeah,
saying
okay.
CMG. They're gonna classify it as a game. They gonna try to target. Now let's do the math. CMG.
Now he's talking about in court. If you remember, with this, he's talking about the Young Dolph trial. In court, the killers of Young Dolph were saying that CMG hired them, which is Big Jug. Big Jug, that's Gotti's brother. R.I.P. He died. He got killed last year or earlier this year. I forgot. But they said that Big Jug hired them. It put a bounty on Dolph's head to, and they completed it, but didn't get the money all the way. Right? I think he offered like $100,000, but they only got like 800 of that. They were supposed to get like 40 a piece and then giving it to somebody else. I forgot, but this is what he's talking about. And in the court, they mentioned CMG, but keep listening.
CMG and PRE shooting at the basketball shit in the Carolinas. Motherfuckers doing songs. Nigga shot the Sprinter 100 times. Bulletproof. This nigga dead. PRE up. Nigga, that gonna take that shit and paint the perfect movie. These two things are gang. And your gang paid this dude attorney 50,000 because you hired him to do a hit for 100. They coming.
Damn.
I heard that. I said, y'all didn't hear that shit?
Yeah, I heard it when he was testifying.
Oh my God. I said, oh damn.
See, now some people in the comments were saying, ain't Wack snitching? Is Wack a fed? Wack acting real whack right now, trying to direct the investigation. Dry snitching at its finest. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think that Wack is dry snitching? Do you think he's snitching? Now, this is my take on it. What Wack said wasn't wrong. What he said wasn't wrong because when I was hearing it in court, they name dropped CMG, and that's Yo Gotti's record label. Now, everybody knows that Yo Gotti was in a high-profile beef with Young Dolph, and people say allegedly that he had Young Dolph killed. Now, we do know that his affiliates shot up the car. That was the first time, and it happened in North Carolina at a basketball tournament. And then Young Dolph ended up getting shot in Beverly Hills in broad daylight in Beverly Hills and was in the hospital. And then some years later, he finally got in Memphis. So what Wack was saying, what they were saying in court, name dropping CMG, a RICO case could definitely be built up against him, right? When you're thinking about how he displayed it, they could be a gang and all this other stuff. That's true. However, Wack is using his platform to put it out there in the atmosphere. So if the feds want to investigate Gotti, he just gave them the blueprint of how they could do it. Now they're the feds. Of course, they already knew. So I don't know. I was talking earlier today and I said I felt like maybe they would have got Yo Gotti already if that was the case. But can you call Wack a snitch or dry snitching per se if it's already out there? Now it'd be different. Well, I guess that could be considered dry snitching. Maybe, but I'm just saying that everybody heard it with their own ears what was going on in that courtroom. And since Gotti is affiliate, I mean, that was his brother, Big Jug, and they're using CMG. You see what's going on with the YSL RICO case. They said YSL isn't a record label, it's a gang, a street gang that participated in criminal activity. So with Yo Gotti, they could say, hey, Young Dolph got killed, and it was through CMG. That was an organization that operated with criminal activity. That could be a RICO case, and it could tie to Gotti. So I don't know. Wack was saying some stuff on there, and it's something that people are already thinking, but Wack is the first one to say it out loud, or the one of his caliber, because he's a popular media personality. He is. That's what he is. I mean, he's a chatty patty. Y'all know on my show, I've been very highly critical of Wack 100, right? But he's a media personality, no different than academics and everything like that. So this going viral, he's putting it out there in the atmosphere for it to happen. He's putting it out there in the universe. So if it happens, I don't know. Like, will people say anything to Wack 100? about it. You know, Wack is that. People feel like he the feds and everything like that. But hey, I mean, it's not like he wasn't saying anything that wasn't accurate. That those gentlemen were in the courtroom, name dropping CMG, name dropping Big Jug. So I wouldn't be surprised if that actually did happen. So in the comment section, y'all let me know. Do you think Wack 100 is dry snitching? Do you think he's a snitch, or do you feel like this information that's already out there? We all heard it with our own ears, and it is what it is. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about that. Now, speaking also of Wack 100. Wack 100 lies on Drake. That's right. Wack 100 lies on Drake. Wack 100 had this to say about Drake, about Drake sending a cease and desist letter. Did y'all hear about that? Wack 100 had said on Clubhouse, I believe, that Drake had sent a cease and desist letter out to Kendrick Lamar, right? He sent that cease and desist letter out because he doesn't want, allegedly, Not Like Us to be performed at the Super Bowl, because you know that's going to be hundreds of millions of people calling that man a pedophile on live television. And Charlemagne had pointed that out. He said that he felt like that's something Drake was going to do. So that came out that Drake allegedly had sent a cease and desist letter to the NFL or Kendrick Lamar, and Wax said that that's what he heard. Right now, everybody was having their fun with it, and some people believed it. Drake fans didn't want to believe it. Some people even were just saying, like, will Kendrick Lamar perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl? They feel like, okay, since it has such raw material with the whole pedophile thing, is that something that will be okay with FCC guidelines? Will he only perform a certain part of it? And my thing is, before I play what Wack 100 said, my thing is, I think that he'll perform it, but he may do excerpts from it, you know, but that's the reason why he's there at the Super Bowl. I feel like Kendrick Lamar is Super Bowl worthy, don't get me wrong, but had he not had this successful year, I don't think he would have been performing at this coming Super Bowl. I'll say that. But be that as it may, Wack 100 was proven wrong. He was proven wrong, and that man openly admitted that he read something on Clubhouse and ran with it. This is him on Academics show. This is what he had to say about it. This is fair use, by the way. Listen up, fair use.
I definitely didn't do it. I didn't send no cease and desist. And he said, yo, if anyone believes there's a cease and desist.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing.
He says he wants them to post it. He wants them to post it.
Here goes the crazy thing about social media, right? We run a morning show over there on Clubhouse from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right? Mm-hmm. All day, right? I got a back channel with 30 people. All people do is drop clips from all different sites, shit to talk about, right? Mm-hmm. This was weird. Wack didn't say shit. Wack read a fucking clip.
Oh.
Now let's get into it. I read a fucking clip. I wouldn't know if fucking Drake.
Okay, yeah. So he's saying he read a clip and he didn't do research on it. He just read a clip. This is why you can't trust everything what Wack says. Wack is the same man that said he had Nipsey on tape having a sexual encounter with another guy. He said this. He said the same thing about Charleston White. So I brought that up just to say you can't trust everything that Wack 100 be saying. And he proved right there he's talking out the side of his neck. He just talking. With me, if I read, and I heard the nature and what Wack 100 was saying, and he was saying it like it was a fact. He was saying it like it was law, right? And that's not something that I like to do. I like to thoroughly research something, or I'll just say allegedly. I'm not going to say, yeah, Drake sent a cease and desist letter. Like, I'm not going to say that. I'll report that, hey, in the news, they're saying that Drake did this, Drake did that. Then I'll give my opinion about it, but I'm not going to say it like it's law. Oh, I heard that he did this. So shame on you, Wack 100. Shame on you for reporting that whack news. It goes with your name, but it's very important to not run with narratives like this. And I know a lot of Kendrick fans are running with it. I'm a Kendrick fan. And as much as how nice it sounds to think that Drake is so weak to where he's going to send that, I mean, come on, man. Like, now people were questioning it because Drake has sent a cease and desist allegedly. That's the reason that him and Rick Ross fell out, because he sent a cease and desist to French Montana, right? And then Drake and them denied it. And then Drake turned around and said that Kendrick Lamar had the Tupac estate call him and send a cease and desist. So it's always he say, she say, all this other stuff, right? But Whack 100 was proven wrong. And it goes to show you that some of these quote unquote media personalities, you shouldn't pay attention to them because they're not real journalists. A real journalist does research and they just not, talking out the side of their neck. And that's what Whack 100 was doing. So he was proven wrong. The rumor is dead. Drake did not send the cease and desist because he told academics, hey, if I did write that cease and desist, show me proof because I have to send it to somebody. So with that being said, Not Like Us, I feel like will be performed at the Super Bowl. It would be crazy if he did not do that. He's going to do Not Like Us for sure. All right. So Whack 100, get your facts straight. All right. Now, also what was interesting is Dionne Warwick. Dionne Warwick, legendary Dionne Warwick. She said that she didn't like Not Like Us. What? Yeah, Dionne, she said she didn't like it. She didn't like Not Like Us. Why would she say a thing like that? She doesn't like Kendrick Lamar? Is she hating on Kendrick Lamar? What's going on with that? Now, let me put this to bed, all right? The way that she was asked the question, it wasn't like she heard, continues to hear the song and just said, I don't like it. There was a game kind of that they were playing with her, and she's older and a lot of people were coming down on her, but I actually watched what was taking place. And this is how the interview style kind of went.
Hi, I'm Dionne Warwick. Nobody asked for this. I'm going to tell you anyhow.
I'm going to play you some songs and you'll rank them from 1 to 5 Dion's.
Okay, so this young lady says, I'm going to play some songs for you and I'm going to rate these songs, meaning that Dionne Warwick, she hadn't heard these songs. Maybe she hadn't heard all of them, but Not Like Us happened to be one of them. So let's listen out for Not Like Us. It's coming.
Starting off strong.
Yeah, I think she might deserve it.
Okay, I don't want to get a copyright strike. Where is it? Okay, let me see. You know what? I don't want to get a copyright strike. Let me see.
Pedophiles.
Okay, yeah. They're going to play that. All right. So let me get past it. Let me go to where she's talking about it.
There's a look of why. I don't think that this should be a public thing.
She's saying that it shouldn't be a public thing, right? So she only heard a clip of it, and she's hearing certified lover boy, certified pedophile. She's like, what's going on? So to clear that up, it's not like she was hating on Kendrick. She just said that she didn't approve. Like, she's hearing the word pedophile in it and hearing that it's a song. When's the last time you heard a hit song that had that word in it? So ease up off of Dionne Warwick. She didn't know any better. And she's just going off first instinct when she hears that type of song. It's a diss song. She didn't know that it was a diss song. She just hears that it's a popular song. She hears it and it's like, oh, okay. So that I wanted to clear that up because I saw she was getting some hate on it. Ease up off the legend Dionne Warwick. Ease up off of her. Please ease up off of her. All right. Now let me move on to Orlando Brown. Did he tell the truth about Lil Wayne? Did he tell the truth about Lil Wayne? Let me see if I can find that. Y'all bear with me for a second. I gotta see where's the last place I sent that. Hold on. Give me just a second, y'all. Where is it? Okay, here it go. Okay, so Orlando Brown had this to say about Lil Wayne because it was the controversy with him in the Super Bowl and all this other stuff. So this was a hilarious clip, and I had to play this on the show. This is fair use, by the way. Listen to Orlando Brown talk about Lil Wayne. Fair use.
He made the best decision ever.
Hey, well, I don't want to say that. I know what this, but I don't want to do. I don't want to do what, but I don't do.
Wait. He's talking like Lil Wayne performing and how Lil Wayne talks. Let's keep it going.
is that, bro? Put that on stage. That's hot.
I'm millionaire. I'm a young money millionaire, tougher than Nigerian hair. My criteria compared to your career. When you listen to that today, it sounds like I'm a wild woman. She get your braids.
If you actually go back and listen to the record, it's just like, what the fuck was he saying? He's high on pills.
Oh man! Now, what was interesting? Shout out to Orlando for rocking that Bone Thugs jacket, though. That's a fresh jacket. I actually saw that jacket, and I was thinking about getting it. It's on resale now, and it's way too expensive. But the fact that he did all that with a Bone jacket was pretty funny. But was he lying about Lil Wayne performing at the Super Bowl sounding like that? Lil Wayne, his music, he has some jams, some classics, some bops. But I told y'all, Lil Wayne is not the performer he used to be 10 years ago. I don't know, and I'm like, maybe it's the drugs that didn't contributed to it, the lean, whatever. But he sounds like that. Was Orlando telling the truth about Lil Wayne? See, a lot of people were saying that Lil Wayne has the right to perform at the Super Bowl in New Orleans, but they don't take into account of what he looks like right now and how he performs right now. There's a viral video right now of him performing at a wedding somewhere. I don't know which wedding it was, but he was performing. He didn't sound that bad, but on WrestleMania, a big stage, and don't try to downplay WrestleMania. WrestleMania generates millions of dollars. Is it as big as the Super Bowl? No, but it's of the caliber of the Super Bowl, right? So Lil Wayne, that's how he sounds. That's how Lil Wayne sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it sounds. Now, back then it didn't sound like that, but now you have to take an account of Lil Wayne. A lot of people who were vouching for him performing at the Super Bowl have not listened to this man, his recent music for sure, and they've not watched him perform. That's how he sounds, man. So Orlando, now like you got to take what he does with a grain of salt, but he was spot on with this one. He was definitely spot on with that one. I think that he was very accurate with that. It's funny. It's the hilarious truth about Lil Wayne, though. That's what people did not want to talk about. They didn't want to talk about Lil Wayne, and I know you haven't seen him perform like that. So he said that Jay-Z made the best decision ever on not letting him perform. Now, like I said, Orlando Brown, he's off his rocker a lot, but this one, I think that he was on point with that. Y'all let me know in the comments what you feel about that. Was he telling the truth about Wayne or was he not? Now, one quick announcement that I want to do for all my subscribers. We're going to have next Tuesday, we're going to have Red's View Subscriber Night. Red's View Subscriber Night. So everybody watching right now, whether Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube, whatever, right? We're going to have a subscriber night. And I alluded to it a couple of weeks ago, but I want to really do it. It's going to be next Tuesday. And what exactly is subscriber night, J Red? Well, I'm going to tell you, redheads. So with subscriber night, this is subscriber night. So you're going to join me, yours truly, J Red, live for subscriber night. It's going to be a live stream, just like how we're doing right now. And it's going to take place next Tuesday, October 8th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I go live every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. If you want to join the show, for a particular topic, I want you here. I want you to get on, and I will send you. You're going to send an email to redsview@gmail.com. That is my email. I'm going to post this on my channel as well, and on my social media, but that's the email. You're going to send an email requesting to be a part of the show. And once I get that, because it'll be hard to get everybody, but I'll select the people that I'm going to get on there, all my subscribers, as much as y'all that I can fit in. And I'm going to choose you for a particular topic. Okay. I'll let you know. We're going to communicate. I'll let you know the topics we're going to have. And I'm going to send you a StreamYard link. Once you get that StreamYard link, it'll be easy steps to prompt it up. And this is the thing. Be camera ready. I want you to be camera ready. I don't want to have you live and you still trying to get your stuff adjusted and stuff like that. We ain't got time for that. All right. I want you to be up and ready, camera ready. And I'm going to keep reiterating that. So in your background, if you got dirty draws or anything like that, your bed ain't made up, whatever the case may be. Get that right. You're going to be on camera to hundreds, possibly thousands of people spreading across social media. So if you want to be a part of Red's View subscriber night, joining me live, talking about stuff, interacting, because we usually talk in the chat, just send me an email at redsview@gmail.com and we're going to have a blast. I'm going to post this on my channel and I can't wait for y'all to join me again next Tuesday. I hope y'all ready to debate with J Red. All right. So now that we got that out the way, let's keep the show going. Couple of more things I want to talk about. Now, did y'all see the whole Cardi B and Offset thing? Did y'all see the whole Cardi B and Offset thing? I'll say this. Cardi B and Offset were made for each other. Now, last week, Cardi B was airing out Offset, and it got revealed that she actually slept with somebody while she was pregnant. Offset was calling her out, all that good stuff, right? And this happens every few months. This has been happening consistently since they've been married, right? Offset cheats. You know, now we're seeing that Cardi B cheats. And the same thing happens every time. Every time Cardi B does something, the women rile up behind her and just be like, yeah, Cardi. And then what does she do? Run back and get pregnant. So I go to say this, man, because I'm not going to go through and look at all the tweets and all this other stuff. First off, I want to put a rumor to bed. She did not sleep with Takeoff. Some people did some AI stuff and made up, this has been going on forever. And they used her profile to edit some stuff to make it look like she said something that she slept with Takeoff or whatever the case may be. That's cap. And I'm glad that she called that out. But the second thing is, y'all shouldn't be in. Now, to be fair, they're putting us in the group chat. Let me get that disclaimer out there. They're putting us in the group chat, so we have the right to discuss it. However, I'll say this. Don't get too involved in these celebrity lifestyles, these celebrity relationships, because at the end of the day, that's that woman's husband. That's that man's wife. That's that woman's husband. That's that man's wife. They just had a child together. You riling up behind her, wanting her to stick back at him and all this other stuff, and you're getting empowered from that. It really goes flat because she's going to go back to him anyway. Getting involved in people's relationships, especially their marriages, that doesn't really benefit you because they're going to go back to each other. So now we grab our popcorn. It's fun to see. I get all that, but don't get too wrapped up into it because, like I said, they're married, y'all. They're married and they have a bond that we don't have with them. We're not, well, some people are sleeping with them, obviously, right? But, you got to let people go through their thing, and I don't ever get riled up into it. Like, I don't get too involved into it. I say my piece about it, but she's been known that the man has been cheating. He hasn't covered his steps and everything like that. And the bombshell was indeed, hey, I was sleeping with somebody while I was pregnant. Now, some men were like, man, I think she's capping. I think she's lying. She wasn't lying. I don't believe that at all. I believe her. I mean, she was a stripper. He's a rap nigga, you know what I'm saying? But she was a stripper. I mean, it don't even have something to do with just her being a stripper. I've known women who have sex with other men while they're pregnant. I've known women who do that, and they will do it. Trust me, you might think that she's loyal and everything like that, but when a woman's fed up, ain't nothing you can do about it. If she want to go and smash somebody while she's pregnant, oh, it'll happen. It'll happen. Don't never think that won't happen. So, and Cardi had posted some stuff where Offset was talking about can I stay on the phone and jack off with you and all that. So I look at that's a married couple, but they're going to go right back to each other. So don't get so riled up into it. It's ridiculous. So that's that with them. All right. Now, one last thing I want to talk about this I feel is very critical, very important, because it shows you the life of father and daughter and different things like that. So was Boosie in the wrong? Was Boosie wrong for talking about his lesbian daughter? Now, Boosie does have a daughter that's a lesbian. Boosie has been very critical of the LGBT community, that lifestyle, and pretty much he just says he has principles and beliefs and all this other stuff, and he doesn't believe in it, right? Even though, yes, he had the song talking about two red bones kissing in the backseat, whatever, all right? People feel like he's hypocritical and everything like that. So recently, he was on the Carisha podcast show, and I actually think it was live here in Atlanta at the Revolt conference, and he apologized for what he said, but let me just give you a breakdown. So Boosie responds to his daughter Poison Ivy condemns his comments about her sexuality. So let me see if I can play the clip. Hold on a second. And these sites be having so many ads, and it just makes everything go slow. All right, here it go. So listen to this. Fair you.
So when your daughter came out and told you she was gay, it was nothing. I mean, she still can't bring her situation to our house. My daughter is grown. Well, why is she grown? Because I don't want it to contaminate her other. It's a generation we raised. I don't want her to get contaminated to her other 6, 7 sisters who look up to her. I want them to bring me grandchildren the right way. If I want grandchildren the right way, that's what I'm going to stand on. You know, if I don't want my other little girl to look at that and say, what's that, Daddy? Contaminated. To somebody she looks up to, it's not going to come around. My grandpa didn't let it. My daddy didn't let it. And I didn't let it. I just hope the one under me, when they take this throne, they don't let it.
Okay. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people were criticizing the way he said contaminated. They had a problem with him saying contaminated. Could he have used a different choice of a word? Yes. Right. But based off of his principles and his beliefs, I don't see an issue on how he was expressing himself. He's basically saying, I don't want my other children to be influenced by what my child is doing. All right. He looks at that lifestyle as something that's negative, right? Just like somebody could look at somebody's religion that's negative. Somebody could look at what somebody does for a living as negative. Like if you're a stripper, right? You are going out there popping it, you know what I'm saying? Moving your boot, popping your booty and everything like that, showing your breasts for money. Some people look down on that. Some people, they'll be like, okay, that's a good lifestyle to live. You get a lot of money, whatever. It's your prerogative, but somebody's going to look down on it. So contaminated, that's what he felt. I'm not agreeing with how he said it, but I can see what he meant by it. But people got caught up in the words, you're right, because they're like contaminated. You can hear people like contaminated, but he feels that, hey, you know, I'm a father and I don't believe in that lifestyle, and I don't want you coming home and influencing your sisters or your other brothers to see, because I want to have grandchildren the natural way, which is man and woman, whatever, right? But the thing is, the same thing can be said if I have a daughter that smokes marijuana. If she smokes weed and I say, I don't believe in that, I don't want you coming to my house smoking weed, because I don't want your brothers and sisters to be contaminated with that, with your weed usage, right? Because smoking is bad for you. I see that you're smoking cigarettes. You can't smoke cigarettes over here, not in my yard, not over here, because I don't want, you know, you're the big sister and I don't want them to be influenced. I don't want you coming over here drinking your alcohol or whatever the case may be, because that could be a negative impact. So people have different viewpoints on what they think is right and wrong. So as a man who's free in America, he has the right to express himself with that. Now, here's the thing. His daughter came out and spoke out about it, and she was hurt. She was hurt. Let's look at what his daughter said. I'm not going to play the whole video because it's long. So let's see. Where was it? I'm trying to see what she said. All right. So she said this. He always speaks about my sexuality. The whole world know that. And it's been about 2 years now that I'll be quiet. I keep quiet on the shit. I wouldn't say nothing. I just seen recently he did an interview with Young Miami, and he used the word contaminating and putting my siblings in it with that. I love and respect my siblings with everything in me. She added that he's not a bad father. She hated that he would rather talk about serious family issues on the internet than to have a conversation with his children. She also accused him of never promoting her talents as a rapper, instead of choosing to always speak about her being a lesbian. So I feel her on that. And Boosie did apologize. He apologized, as you can see right here. He issued an apology and said never meant to hurt you. So I feel Boosie his apology, but I feel his daughter, because on his daughter's side, it's like, hey, this is my lifestyle. Why are you talking about this on the air? Why are you talking about this live? I got music you could be promoting. Now, I'm not sure how the conversation led to that, but I could see how his daughter feels about that, because if that was my situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if I got me, my wife or something like that, and if I got problems with my wife or something like that, or my girl or whatever the case may be, and my dad is on TV or whatever, always bringing it up, I'm be like, damn, why you always bring that up? I got a whole album out. You're a rapper. Why don't you talk about that? You know what I'm saying? So I feel on that. And he realized he messed up when he did that. So I think that's what Boosie is wrong about. I'm not saying he's wrong in how he feels about that. I'm not even going at his word usage or the contaminating thing, because people can feel what they feel. But for him to be bringing that up on a live show and his daughter has to express how she feels, it's like, damn, I can't get ahead. Like, you keep talking about it. Why is that the highlight of it? But Boosie is baited into talking about it, because I'm quite sure Young Miami did bring it up some kind of way. So he felt the way to express himself with that. But I think Boosie, if you're watching this from now on, you should just avoid questions about her sexuality, because that shouldn't be the highlight of your child, especially since she came out and expressed her frustration with it, because she loves you and you love her. But you know, and everybody quit just saying, oh, he's a bad father. I don't think he's a bad father at all. I think he loves her, but it's certain situations. Some people may not want, like Dr. Umar, he don't want his daughter dating interracially. He don't want her bringing a white man home. He would turn his nose up at that. You see what I'm saying? He would feel like, hey, if I got other children and you bring that white man home, then you're going to contaminate it, you know, to contaminate your siblings and stuff like that. So everybody has a vice. Everybody has a feeling about what they believe in and all this other stuff. So I'm not knocking anybody's opinion about that. However, constantly talking about it, even if it's brought up, your daughter's sexuality, that's not cool. That's not cool. So I think he's in the wrong for that, for sure. But shout out to everybody for joining me tonight, man. We talked about some good stuff today, man. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, the official channel of Reds View, which is youtube.com/Reds View. Follow me on all social media platforms at JAYR3D. Also, if you want to be on the show next week, shoot me. If you follow me on social media, you can shoot me a DM, but email redsview@gmail.com. Let me show y'all one more time. The flyer for it, and I will be posting it again, but let me show this to y'all. Here it is right here. Make sure that you send an email to redsview@gmail.com if you want to be a part of subscriber night, which takes place next Tuesday, October 8th at 8:30. All right. So shout out to the replay gang that'll be here to see everything. Shout out to all my subscribers. Love y'all. Make sure that you follow me at JAYR3D on all social media platforms. Hit that like button as well. Hit that like button or dislike button, and make sure that you share it. Make sure that you share this. We had a great conversation tonight. This is J Red Reds View, and I'm signing out.